Well, hello, and welcome to another episode of The Optimistic Heart. If you're seeing this on YouTube, obviously we're conversing with one another right now, or you might be listening to the podcast. But either way, I'm excited that you're here with me today. I'm Paul Flood. I am The Optimistic Heart and your host, and I'm excited that you're here with me today. Remember that an optimist is a person who knows that something greater is always ready to emerge. And the heart is the place where whatever comes is going to come from love and allows you to step into a new beginning and a new phase of your life based on love and all the wonderful benefits that come with that. As a spiritual teacher and a guide, I am often asked about meditation, what it is, do I meditate, what are the benefits of meditation, and why would I want to meditate, and what kind of spiritual guidance can I expect to receive from a meditation practice. So in this episode, I am going to talk about meditation, give you a little bit of background about it, and go into some of the challenges that people often experience and some simple ways to overcome the resistance and challenges that you might experience as you seek to meditate, to receive guidance, to get balance, to get a better understanding of your true nature and achieve higher levels of consciousness and awareness. Then I am going to help prepare you for a brief meditation. And finally, I will walk you through this meditation that will help you become present and open your mind to receiving spiritual guidance. Before we move along, I am going to ask you to go ahead and if you like this video, to give me the thumbs up below. And I also invite you to hit the subscribe button and subscribe to the channel so you'll know and be able to get regular updates on my new videos and the lessons that I'm teaching as I release them. I would also ask you to, at the end of the video, to go ahead and click the link below that takes you to my website and allows you to free access to my guide that is called 5 Steps to Silencing the Inner Critic. It has some very powerful exercises to help get rid of that critic that is always in your head and telling you that there's something wrong with you or something is missing and lacking. So that's available through my website, and I know you're going to love it. The customers and clients and people that I've given that to, they have all felt wonderful benefits from it. So if you'd rather skip some of the background about meditation and go right to the meditation I have, it is about at the 15 mark at this video. It is time-stamped underneath on YouTube, but if you're looking to get through it on the podcast, then feel free to skip ahead. If you just want to move ahead, you're not hurting my feelings, I understand that. What I'm about to talk about and teach you does not require any background or any knowledge of meditation. If you have not successfully meditated in the past, that's fine. And I'm excited to know that you're open to a new experience that can literally change your life. It opens up a whole new world of possibilities. Myself, I've been meditating for over 20 years, and I normally meditate for the first thing in the morning for about an hour, and also for an hour before I go to bed. Just so you know, when I started, I wasn't doing it an hour at a time. If I was excited, if I could keep focus in my head for anywhere from 5 to 10 minutes. So it did take practice, it did take time, but the results were very well worth it. It is a skill, and like any skill, it takes practice and also takes a decision to take the time and go ahead and block the time and plan for doing it. I started meditating with a form of meditation called Vipassana meditation or insight meditation, and that teaches you to focus on just the breath, to see things as they are without judging or dwelling on them, meaning seeing things as they are means a thought comes through your head, observe it, acknowledge it without judgment, and then keep moving along. Just acknowledge the thought and return to the breath. Over the years, I have also meditated using a lot of different methods, and including one is called the binaural sound technology that is used by the Monroe Institute in their programs, the HemiSync programs. I've done Taoist meditation, a lot of guided imagery meditation, which, by the way, at the end of this video, the meditation is a guided imagery meditation because I find that a lot of times is easier for beginners to go through. I've done walking meditations, chanting, and several others, but I do always find myself returning to the Vipassana or insight meditation because it helps me to return to a place of just acknowledging everything that is without any type of agenda. So it's a very wonderful practice. I also do have a daily Qigong and Tai Chi practice that generally takes me to a very balanced state and a peace of mind, and those are like physical meditations for me. It's important to note that while clearing the mind is often a goal of meditation, the reality is that thoughts occur in the human mind. Even after 20 plus years of meditation, thoughts do come into my mind, sometimes very frequently. But meditation allows me to observe the thoughts without letting them take control of my mind. So if you're trying to meditate for spiritual guidance, and say you have been meditating for a while and you're looking, what's a method that I can try to access some spiritual guidance? That's what I'm going to talk a little bit about. And if you're new to meditation, this is also going to be very valuable to you. It has been practiced in many cultures throughout history, and there are different types of meditations that do focus on specific goals. Some involve the focus on the breathing, while others, as I said, use the guided imagery and visualization techniques. So whichever one is going to be right for you, it depends on a lot of factors, including your own beliefs, your background of meditation experience, and very often your lifestyle and habits. Some things are a perfect fit for some people right away, and others they're not. And there are many people who achieve these states of balance without necessarily might be sitting like I do for extended periods of times with my legs crossed and my eyes closed. So why do your beliefs matter? Countless times people have said to me, Paul, I can't meditate, I couldn't meditate, I tried it and my mind is just too busy or it didn't work. If that's your mindset, that it just isn't going to work for you and you can't do it, I can tell you it is going to be challenging for you at the beginning because it does require a belief and a change in your belief systems. You might have heard the story or the saying, you are what you believe. For you to move to the stage where you may benefit from meditation, you will get the benefits a lot more rapidly if you change some of these beliefs about whether or not you can do it. Otherwise, you begin the effort with a massive block to your success and progress. So how do you change the belief? And in a lot of my teachings, and a core part of my teachings, is getting and helping my students and clients change their belief systems by catching the words that are in their head that says they can't. When you say I can't, essentially you're blocking it off. But if you open yourself up to the belief that maybe I could do it, you can make a lot more progress. So here's how I help my students get past that hurdle. We start with just a 5-minute meditation where I go through a brief relaxation exercise that helps the meditator by calming their body and becoming more aware of it. So then I ask them to watch the breath as it enters their nose, their mouth, and moves down into their throat and to their lungs and through their entire body. I encourage then a smooth exhale. The entire time reminder just to focus on the breath. And when the 5 minutes are up, I will say, not very often, but I say, do you feel you had any success in slowing down your thoughts? The most common reaction is, well, yes, but all of these things kept popping into my head. Then I ask, well, perhaps did you have even 10 or 15 seconds where you're able to silence your chattering mind? 100% of the time that I've taught meditation to people who have the belief that they can't do it, they have said, yes, there were 10 to 15 seconds of success. I say, congratulations. You just had 15 seconds of meditation. So in that 5-minute period, there was that 10 to 15 seconds of success. Remember to celebrate those small successes, because there was 10 or 15 seconds that you've never had before. The other area where beliefs impact meditation results and practices is your backgrounds and your experiences with religion, which can be a very, very powerful influence that impact the results. So without getting into religions or anything right now, if you did have a religious background, you know there are beliefs around prayer, around meditation, that could impact how you're eventually, the states of your meditation. In Western society, there are religions that do fear meditation that for a lot of different reasons, which I won't go into right now, but be aware that there might be some other types of blocks that you have that are not of your own making. So what about meditation for spiritual guidance, and how does it work? It begins with opening up to the reality that there is a force in the universe that is greater than you, that's greater than all of us. But a wonderful thing, even though it's greater than us, meaning that just in size, we are a part of it. We are a part of that greatness. It goes by many names, including God, the Great Spirit, the All That Is, the Universal Mind, or even if you were a fan of Star Wars like I was growing up, the Force, just something that is out there, a greater awareness. So whatever you choose to call it, just allow for its existence and create space in your consciousness to accept it and to hear it. Your consciousness is part of that universal mind. That energy of the universe is in you. Through quieting your mind, becoming aware of, and allowing yourself to connect to that greater consciousness, you can access and ask and receive guidance from it. It is something that I have been doing for a couple of decades, and a lot of tremendous insights and about myself and guidance on next steps to do come through very, very clearly eventually once I learned how to access it and let it out. Sometimes you'll find that the message is very bold or very clear. Some meditators are hearing a very distinct voice in their head. Other times it might come across as an intuition or a feeling of just something is happening within you that you know is a message coming from something deeper than you. You may be familiar with stories from the mystics throughout history and from their experiences communing with the universal mind, with God, and with their guides. In my own experience, the messaging tends to come across as a strong feeling, and it's almost a subtle whispering that I experience in my head and in my heart. As I became more skilled at accessing my heart, it was really a big difference. I am a person that tends to stay in my head. If you're familiar with the Enneagram, I'm an Enneagram 5, which is a head type, and we got a lot of stuff going on. There are body types and heart types, but in the head types, when you allow yourself to access the body and the heart, it does open up a new dimension of possibilities to you. There are many people that meet and come to develop a very personal connection and relationship with a guide, a guardian angel, their greater self, their soul, or a master teacher that they have a relationship with and can access it. And other people don't have any type of awareness of a single individual guide and might be more like me, where I've had those types of experiences. But in general, like I said earlier, it's that feeling that comes to me. So you will learn to become yourself, to know yourself better and become more familiar with the voice, with the feeling, or other types of experiences that you might be receiving from your guide, or your experience in connection with God, with the universal mind. So there is a point also, once again, we come back to our beliefs, and they play a major role in your progress. So as you do become more skilled, you meditate more often and learn to silence your chattering mind, what the Buddhists call the monkey mind. You become more aware of the present, and it is in the present moment where the guidance is revealed. In the normal lives of most people, the mind is just filled with thoughts, worrying about what happened in the past, dwelling on those types of things, worrying about the future or thinking about the future. When you think of it, the past is gone. It's completely gone, and the future has not yet here. So the only moment that counts is the present. So when we talk about becoming present, that is where the messaging and where the guidance is going to come across to you. So if you find yourself in a meditation and you're worrying about things that might have happened in the past, and it could have been a recent event, it could have been something a longer time ago, or you're worried about something that's going to happen today, tomorrow, or next week or next year, you're focusing on the past, which is gone, and the future, which is never here. The only thing that counts is now. Eternity is now. The traumas that you may have experienced in the past, they're gone, except for in your mind. The belief systems that were drummed into you that said you're not good enough, you're not worthy of love, those are all false. Those no longer exist. It is okay to let them go. There are a lot of teachings that I have that help teach people to let them go. That guide that I mentioned, 5 Steps to Silencing Your Inner Critic, that also does give some great exercises for letting go. So remember, the only moment that you're living in is the now. Now is eternity. Eternal and now are a gift to you. Your spiritual guidance will come to you by being in the present moment. And by the way, it doesn't have to be during a meditation. It can be just driving along and or walking in the woods or walking outside, experiencing a wonderful meal, music, time with someone you love. All of these things are present moments. So if you're reliving past moments, you're placing barriers between yourself and your guide that prevents you from hearing, from feeling, or experiencing the message that is there for you, just waiting for you to hear it. There are so many wonders to be found in the present. As I said, the sights, the sounds, the textures, tastes, smells, emotions, and an infinite number of possibilities, all to be experienced in the present moment. Meditation, it's a gift of solitude, peace, and it's an act of kindness that you're giving yourself. It's a powerful tool for personal growth. At any time, you could have an experience during a meditation, a single meditation that can change your life. I've had some experiences that were just mind-boggling and awakening for me that changed how I saw everything in my life. So what we're going to do now is start the preparation phase. What you want to do is go to a place where you will be undisturbed for 20 to 30 minutes. So if you have a place that brings you comfort in your home or outside, that's wonderful. If not, wherever you are, it's perfect as well. So as you might be able to assume, you're not going to be wanting to listen to this meditation while you're driving. I'm going to be guiding you to a higher state of relaxation, a higher state of awareness, and potentially a higher state of consciousness. So obviously that's not the best state for driving. You do want to be uninterrupted, be free of distractions, particularly at the early stages of your meditation practice, to be free of distractions. As you become more what is known as mindful of the present, you allow those distractions to become part of your meditation as you recognize them and let them go. It might be a barking dog, somebody making noise outside, something on the television, or music in another room. You find you can actually make that part of your meditation. So we're talking about meditation for spiritual guidance. So let us get back to that and ask the question of yourself, what is it that I am wishing to receive guidance about or insights about? Many people, including me, do like to write this down. That does help clarify what I am asking about. And when I also write out what I'm requesting, the guidance, I'm also very often, it's a very specific thing. And I find it's very beneficial to say not only the guidance, of the mental piece of it, but also what is the feeling that I'm going to get as a result of having this guidance? Is it going to be more love? Is it going to be an understanding of my next steps? Is it going to be about relationships? Is it going to be about my greater awakening? But when I write down what I am wanting to receive this guidance for, a big part of it is what is the feeling that I am trying to accomplish and receive from it. Remember that we live in an energetic feeling universe. Receiving the guidance is going to result in a feeling that you desire. Ultimately, the feeling is what it's all about. So combine that attention with the feeling that you're wishing to get out of it. It allows you and it takes you closer to experiencing it. So try to be more specific and be open to the reality that you are in a position to receive the guidance and information you are requesting. Believe you are going to and you can receive it. So after you've written it down and clearly thought about it, say to yourself, I ask for this or something greater, and I'm grateful for what I am about to receive. So we are going to get into the meditation right now. We're going to get started on it. And at the end of the meditation, I'll have a brief message for you and take you to the next step. So all set, let's get started. This is I'm going to get off the screen, and then I'm going to have a picture of solitude and some soft meditative type noises that in the background that are going to help calm you and relax you for this experience. So enjoy it, and we'll be talking to you at the end of the meditation. Before we begin, take a moment to remember the intention of this meditation. What is it that you are requesting spiritual guidance about? Take another brief moment to feel the emotions that you will feel when you have received this guidance. Now, put your body into a comfortable position. You may wish to be seated on a chair or on a cushion, sitting with your spine tall and neutral and your shoulders relaxed. Let your palms rest in your lap or on your thighs in a way that helps promote relaxation in your arms, your shoulder, and your neck. With your eyes closed or with your gaze low at the ground ahead of you, breathe slowly and quietly in and out through your nose. Guide your attention to your breath. Let each exhale breath be at least as long as each breath in. Move towards a breath that reflects all the qualities that you would like to see in your mind: patience, steadiness, spaciousness, relaxation, love. Make this a nice, deep, and even relaxed breathing. This is how you find your way within. Continue with each breath becoming deeper and deeper, more relaxed, more peaceful, and more calm. Now start at the top of your head, where you're feeling a warm sense of relaxation flowing across the top of your skull and around the outside of your head and face. Going inside your head, you even feel your brain relaxing, moving down your sinuses, your eyes, your nose, nostrils, and the top of your mouth, the inside of your mouth. Even your tongue, your teeth, and your jaw are all feeling warm and relaxed. Now, moving down into the vertebrae of your neck and the muscles surrounding your neck. All of them are feeling warm, comfortable, and relaxed. The muscles across the top of your shoulders are feeling soft, relaxed, and calm. Your upper arms, your lower arms, your hands and your fingers and your toes, all feeling warmth and relaxed. Going to your shoulders, and the relaxation continues down across your chest. The muscles inside of your chest and the organs inside, your heart and your lungs, are feeling totally relaxed. Moving even further down into your digestive organs, all feeling warm and relaxed. Going back up to your upper back, your lower back, all feeling soft, warm, and relaxed. Your buttocks, your hips, your upper legs, your lower legs, your ankles, feet, and toes are all feeling warm and relaxed. Now take a moment to feel your entire body. It is perfectly relaxed and serene and calm. Allow yourself to go even deeper. You will continue to hear my voice, but any outside noises or distractions only serve to deepen your level of concentration and awareness as you notice all of these noises begin to fade away. Now, visualize or imagine the solar light or the light of the divine above you, casting its warmth and peace throughout your entire body, from the top of your head all the way down through your body to your feet. And now your entire body is now filled with divine light. This light is protecting you, and there's only goodness that can come from it. It is also healing your entire being, your entire body. You are now in a state of complete and total relaxation. You are aware of the divine oneness, the all that is, and you are sharing the light, peace, and warmth that spreads throughout your entire being, all the way into and beyond the cosmos. Now you call to your higher self. Imagine, off in the distance, there is a being of light approaching you. You recognize it as your higher self. As it gets closer and closer, you are aware of a beautiful and perfect connection that you have with it. It can take many forms. It could remain a sparkling light, it could be a cloud of energy, or it could appear as a guide or a master, always with you, willing to share and help you grow. You feel totally at ease and peace, realizing that you are one with your guide, and it is one with you. It is love, a love so beautiful and complete that you are knowing you are in the perfect place at the perfect moment in time. This may be the first time you think you've met your higher self, but it has always been there with you, guiding and supporting you, aware of you and the love that you are. You feel its vibration and know that you are perfectly in tune with it. You sit for a moment with your higher self, with your guide, relaxing in the light, the peace, and the perfect love that you have for one another. Now think for a moment of the emotion and the feeling that you will have after you have received the guidance that you entered this meditation to receive. Remember that feeling. Remember that emotion. Feel it and know it as if it already exists in your life. Because you are now connecting even deeper with your higher self, and you are about to ask it for the guidance that you wish to receive. You can send this question as a feeling or a statement or just the thought of the experiences that you will have once you have this guidance and information. Your higher self expands its light around you, and you feel that you have merged as one. And the guidance from your higher self is now flowing within you. Some people may experience and hear the guidance in words. Some may experience it as a feeling, and others may not feel it at all in this present moment. Even if that is your situation, you are comforted in knowing that this guidance is going to come to you at the perfect moment, at the perfect time. Every time and any moments that you enter this state of peace and listen within, you are opening your brain to receiving this guidance and information. Now, take a moment to feel the energy of the guidance you are receiving and bring it into your emotional body by imagining yourself having the quality that you will have when this guidance is revealed to you. When you do have it, what qualities and feelings are you having? Is it peace or love? Is it spiritual growth, or is it an awakening? Think of that quality right now and imagine how you feel now that you have it. You are feeling this guidance, and it has now come into your reality better than you could ever have imagined it. Remember that it has entered you. Even if you do not feel it, it is going to reveal itself at the perfect time. Now, how are you feeling, knowing that you have something even better than you asked for? Now imagine that you have opened your heart to this guidance. You have received it, and it is now a part of you and a part of your life. And you say to yourself, I deserve to have this, and I accept it into my life. You take a moment to feel what it is like to have this guidance and information in your life. Take a moment and call in the greater wisdom of your higher self and the universal mind. Open yourself even further to the wisdom and the guidance that you have received. As you are in this state, you realize that ultimately the result that you are seeking to experience is that of greater love for yourself and greater love for everything that you experience. As you sit with your higher self, feel free to ask it any questions or just to experience the divine love that it has for you and that you have for it. You feel your heart open to the wisdom and to the guidance that you are receiving now and always. Remember those qualities that you were seeking to have as a result of receiving this guidance. Feel them even more deeply now. You have the awareness that you've received the guidance, and in many ways, more than you could have ever hoped for. You feel the guidance and the information and the qualities it is bringing you are completely merging with every aspect of your physical and energetic bodies, all the way down to your tissues, to your cells, and even into your DNA, which is filled with the light of the essence of all the qualities that you now have as a result of receiving this guidance. You are now going to take a few minutes of feeling this love and perfection of this beautiful moment that you're experiencing with the awareness that your inner guidance is now part of you. It is filled with love and wisdom that is always there and will always be there for you. Take these moments and enjoy these feelings and the essence of the wonders that you have received and the guidance that has been revealed to you. I will return in a few moments as you enjoy this perfect time with your higher self. It is now time for you to return to the present moment. You are still in the light. You are the light, and it will always be with you. I am going to count from 1 to 10 because it is now time for you to awaken. With each number, you will feel more awake and aware of the present moment, and you will have full control of your body, your mind, and your emotions. You will awaken, filled with the light, the love, and the energy that you just experienced. And you are knowing that the love, wisdom, and energy of your higher self is with you at all times. 1, 2, 3, You are awakening. You are feeling warmth and beautiful energy throughout your entire being. 4, 5, 6. You are now more alert and more awake. 7, 8, 9, 10. You are now fully awake, aware, and feeling wonderful and filled with love. Your entire being is filled with the energy of the experience of merging with your higher self. Take a few moments now to relax and enjoy the moment. You may even wish to pick up your journal and write down any of the feelings or guidance that you experienced during this meditation, as well as any specific answers that you have received. If this is daytime for you, you are going to have a beautiful and wonderful rest of the day. If it is nighttime and you're ready to sleep, you are going to have a deep and relaxing sleep, knowing that the love of the divine and of your higher self are one with you and with you always. That you were hoping to get at the beginning of the meditation. As I mentioned earlier, before the meditation, you may wish to write down your experience and any thoughts or insights that you received. Also, remember that there are many, many, many times, and many people, myself included, who do not often receive the message immediately. It can happen later in the day, later in the evening, later in the week, but having the awareness of that feeling that you're trying to get. So when you notice that feeling that you wrote down that you are wanting to experience as a result of receiving that guidance, if there is a time during the day or week when you're starting to get that feeling and you're feeling that joy and you're feeling that love, listen a little deeper. Maybe that message is going to come through for you. So once again, I do hope you enjoyed the meditation. I do ask you to like this YouTube video below if you did do it. I also ask you to subscribe to this channel and be sure to click on the link to get to my site and access the guide, 5 Steps to Silencing Your Inner Critic. You'll be really glad you did. So, until the next episode, it is Paul Flood, the Optimistic Heart, sending you great love and peace, and I'm looking forward to seeing you in the next episode. Bye-bye now.